Just got a message from Fleetpaw in our group moderators chat that there's early super chatters. That drew me in early. Wow, how's it going, guys? Welcome. Let's see what kind of super chats we got going on. Welcome, guys. It's time. We're back. First reaction reviews and hangouts. Come on, Pug. Yes, I know. Come on. You didn't follow me up originally because you're an idiot. Come lay down. So, anyway, new Trek is back on. I know, now you're comfortable in your spot, yes. New Trek is back on, and Thursday nights, that's the night for live super chat, well, live super chats, yes, but live first reaction videos. My God, my brain, he's no worky. All right, so here to talk about Season 3, Episode 1 of Lower Decks, called Grounded. And how are you all tonight? I hope you're well. Oh, we did get some super chats. Awesome. Well, hi to Mark, hi to Sebastian, hi to Leperidon, Trekyards, BJ Turon throws in $2. Says dry dock, isn't it space dock? Both work. Space dock is more of the one you see in Star Trek 3. But yeah, I mean, dry dock is the one you see in the motion picture, but they're kind of interchangeable, but space dock is the larger one. Ozzy throws in $2. Let's rock and roll, okie dokie. Yes, Rutherford is back. Matt says, space dock is a larger mushroom-shaped structure. Dry dock is a smaller grid repair stations. Yes, I think they're kind of interchangeable, but hey. What do I know? I don't know anything. So. Long live the pug. Mark Phillips says, Captain comes on because you're an idiot. This is the way. Fleetpaw throws in $2. I beeping hate unskippable ads. Arg. Hey, Cap. I found a way to solve that. I actually gave in and got YouTube Premium. I got the first 3 months for free. I fought very long and I resisted the YouTube Premium for a long time. But since I've got it, I've had it for like 2 weeks now, and it is heaven. So, yes. BJ says, orbital dock, military impound lot. Yeah, well, I love that was mentioned in here because Starfleet is kind of the military, whether you want to believe so or not. They're the military. They're a military branch. They really are. Yes, they're also exploration, but they're the military. Considering that the captain was on trial, the Cerritos needed repairs. It's been stripped of its hull plating. It's in an impound yard right now until things get sorted. That's why everybody was grounded, had time off. So, George Mangrum, $2. Would anyone like some soup? Yes. No ad tonight for this video. Well, I can't control ads from here. It's only when I'm downstairs. Yeah, the Coast Guard in space. Yeah, pretty much. No, but this episode was great. It's great to see Lower Decks back. I am kind of bummed, honestly, just because I'm seeing a lot of pictures from Vegas and a lot of people are there that I would have liked to have met in person. When Samuel and myself went in 2019, not a lot of people went. And I can't help but think if they had known what was around the corner, because that was August 2019, just going around into 2020, if they would have known that the pandemic was coming, I think there would have been a better turnout for 2019 Vegas. Plus, I think it was the last creation one, last official creation Star Trek convention. But yeah, I'm kind of bummed out because I'm seeing all these pictures from Vegas and these people that I would love to meet. Sean Farrick is there, and there's a bunch of other people like Donnie. I can't remember his last name now. He's doing the thing for the Roddenberry Vault. anyway, he's there, which I did meet him in 2019. He was there. But I'm bummed out when I can't make it to something like that. A lot of people have asked me in the weeks leading up whether I'd be going to Vegas, and I had to say no, unfortunately. So, but fear not, there are trips being planned for next year. Trekyards trips to America. Going to hit a few spots. So the planning has started. We're looking probably sometime in March. I might even, yes, John, yes, for Siga, yeah. Thank you, Matt. Looking sometime in March for a Team Trekyards Mission America tour again. I won't say any more details than that, but because it's just kind of got on my radar that we might be doing that. And I'll probably be going to the official Star Trek mission Seattle in May. That actually is on the weekend of my birthday, May 26th to the 28th. My birthday is May 28th, so I might be going to that. Anyway, getting into Lord X. Glad it's back. Really missed it. That being said, this episode kind of let me down a little bit. I expected something bigger, something more grandiose out of this episode, and it was over so quickly. It felt like there should have been a lot more of the episode, and I don't know if I'm the only person that thought that. It just seemed like it ended just as it was getting started. That being said, there was so many great references. We got an Akira class in there. We got an Olympic class. We got the Phoenix. We got a runabout. We got a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of old transporters. A buffer buff. I love that. So lots of very quotable stuff in this. And for Kirk's sake, she was, rescuing a ship. It's instead of for Christ's sake. That's amazing. That's gonna enter the vocabulary just like Frack did with Battlestar Galactica. So, boom, booyah. So yeah, a lot of good stuff in this episode, but it just didn't feel like a full episode for me, and I don't know why. It kind of bummed me out a little bit. That combined with the Vegas thing, and right before this live, well, 2 hours ago, I follow a YouTuber called Steve Wallace. He does stealth camping videos. He just hit 1 million subscribers like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and did a live. And just saw a video from him today that his wife passed away on Saturday night. He starts it out by saying they both went to bed Saturday night and only one of them woke up on Sunday, which broke my heart. I've been watching Steve Wallace for years, and he always called her beautiful wife. She never wanted to appear on camera, but she was there for that 1 million subscriber live stream, and you could hear her voice. She was talking to her husband and saying like really nice things, and now she was young too. So that bummed me out. That with the Vegas thing, and then, like I said, this episode just kind of not. I expected something so much grander for this episode, considering it was, Freeman was on trial. That being said, though, I love that the trial all resolved behind the scenes, all off screen, and Captain Bateson. Oh, such a great moment that he is working for like Starfleet security now, going on this mission to prove Freeman's innocence. In case you don't know, he was one from Cause and Effect. It's Kelsey Grammer. He came through time, like 80 years at a time. So good references in this one, as usual. Lower Decks guys know what they're doing. Mike McMahon and his team do fantastic work. They love Star Trek, and it shows. They love the canon, they respect the canon, and thank God for them because it's amazing. So, anyway. Jana Froud. For me, it was over quickly because I enjoyed it so much along the way. It was over too soon. That's my takeaway. I just wanted more. Yeah, me too. Me too. I really thought there was more. Just the narrative felt like it was building up to like, all right, cool. And then it's just over. It's like, but it's over. I don't want it to be over. So I'm right there with you. Yes, James Cromwell, coming back for Zephyr Cochran to voice him was fantastic. The music, when you see Bozeman, Montana, and you get that zoom in and you got that first contact music, it's like, ah, oh. Me and Sylvia were watching it, and she's like, damn it, now I want to watch First Contact. And I'm like, I know, right? So we didn't watch First Contact yet, but I'm sure we'll watch it in the next few days. Just because it kind of struck that chord, you know? Pardon the pun. Well, you need to remember, this is still a show about lower decks, and it's still a comedy. Huge number of Easter eggs. Yes. Oh, by the way, hi, Eric. SC Scout Guy Stewart, you 100% nailed it that the whole trial would be wrapped up in the first episode. Yeah. Even though I said that, I think at the same time I said I expected to either be wrapped up in the first episode or be a two-parter. And I was expecting it to be a two-parter by the way the episode was going, because like they just stealing the Cerritos, and you're looking at the clock going, yeah, it's going to be a two-parter. And then boom, it's just done. It's like, oh, all right, well, clever, you know. So Preston and my daughters were laughing at me nerding out about all the references. Donnie Pearson, I didn't know there was a Cerritos version of the USS of the Star Trek universe logo I love so dearly. I think they're going to change that for every show now. Like the hero ship in Picard is going to be the thing that leads into Picard and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be a trope going forward, which I like. Captain Casey Stewart, I believe they got James Cromwell back for Cochrane. They absolutely did. His name is in the credits. Zachamus says, very nearly every single episode of Lower Decks, I take away a whole list of episodes of prior Trek I want to go back and rewatch. Exactly. It's a love letter to Star Trek. And yeah, you inspire, you hit that little spark in somebody's brain that reminds them of things. It's like, oh yeah, that episode, or oh yeah, that ship, or, you know, and that's what I mean. It's a love letter to Star Trek. They really love their Star Trek, and they really portray that with what they see on screen, and those Easter eggs are amazing. So the ship balloons look straight from STO. Yes, you had the Phoenix, you had the TOS Enterprise, you had the T Planet Hoth, and you also had the Defiant for balloons. So that was cool. Jonas said, you got it right the first time, but the last name is German, so it is pronounced like Freund. Freund. But yes, the music made me so nostalgic. Well, there you go. My family's like half German, so I should know that, but sorry, my friend. Todd Walker, I love Jerry Goldsmith music in First Contact. Fantastic. Fleet Pass said, it felt too fast, but other than it feeling slightly rushed at the ending, it was a fantastic episode regardless. Absolutely. Joseph says, wonderful First Contact theme use, but didn't see the thanks to Goldsmith in the credits. Didn't see any thanks to Goldsmith in the credits. It's there. I'm fairly certain it's there. I'm fairly sure I saw that. I could be wrong, but I'm Captain Foley, so I really doubt it. Go back and take a look. George Mangrum, the Sonny Clements reference was incredible. I hadn't thought about that episode in 30 years. Sonny Clemens reference. Maybe that's what I'm missing. It doesn't sound familiar. What is Sonny Clemens? Everyone look out. The captain is going to steal the Phoenix ride. Darth Maul. God, this whole episode was stellar. I disagree. Like I said, the pacing was weird. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad it's back, 100%. I just didn't expect this to be the first episode. It didn't feel like a full episode to me. It felt like there was stuff missing. And yes, it was probably on purpose. The whole Freeman trial happening behind the scenes gets all resolved. And then you kind of get a summary of it at the end. Nice. But yeah, it just didn't feel like Sonny Clemens was in the neutral zone. I'm still confused. The episode, The Neutral Zone. Ozzy says, I thought it was Samuel Clemens. Well, that's Mark Twain, but one of the three from the Cryopo. Oh, okay. I missed that reference altogether then. The country singer who was genetically frozen. Gotcha. Thank you. Yes. Darth Maul, the unfrozen people from the 20th century from TNG. The episode introduced the Romulans for the first time since TOS. Yes. Jana, the beauty shots of the Phoenix made me go back and watch it over and over. I've always wanted to see more of the ship in action. That was a real treat. Yeah, the whole I'm going to go exploring. And you see this ship outside the window doing, and then it ends on that. Like, no, I'm a captain. Love it. Wonder if he'll come back at the end of the season and be like in Starfleet or something. Yeah, everybody is now telling me how stupid I am because of the Sonny Clemens thing. So I got it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your enthusiasm. I love when we ask for help and we get it, but then we keep getting it and keep getting it and keep getting it and keep getting it. Probably get it in 10 minutes. And it's like, oof, I shouldn't have said anything. But thank you guys. Sonny was on the news scroll at the beginning. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I love the Ketracel white hot sauce. And Boimler puts like 2 little in his food and he's turning red and he's like sweating and he passes out. And Mariner's like talking and she's just putting it in. It seems like she's absent-minded. But then she like takes a bite and is like, it's got a nice little kick. I love that because I love spicy food. And Sylvia cannot, she looks at spicy food and she gets heartburn. She cannot handle any spice, which is amazing that she's with me because I'm quite a spicy sausage, if you know what I'm saying. Take that in any way you please. But anyway, so we got a laugh out of that because I'm very much like Mariner in that regard. Hot sauce, hot sauce, hot sauce. Maybe a little more hot sauce. Yeah, now it's got a nice kick. So that was a great reference. I loved Rutherford's sweater, by the way. Very Dr. Huxtable of him from The Cosby Show. And yes, I don't want to hear about Bill Cosby being the whatever. I get it. Doesn't take away from the fact that The Cosby Show is an amazing show, and I grew up watching it. I love The Cosby Show. I can separate the man from his work. So, but it was very much a Dr. Huxtable sweater vibe. SC Scout Guy, I like that they used the shuttle bay in the saucer. Yes. Fleetbus says, you're not stupid. LOL. I'm just a slow typer. Ozzy, how family members are admirals she has in Starfleet? How family members are admirals she has in Starfleet. I don't know what you mean. Mark says, now I want to see an animated short trek about the Bozeman side of cause and effect. Yes, 100% yes. General Grievous, I think Rutherford was wearing a sweater similar to the one Jake wore as a nod. Okay, sure. Boimler dyes his hair purple. Yes, well, we kind of figured that. Most people don't have purple hair. And it's funny because they announced earlier that his family was raisin farmers. And I thought, oh, that might explain the hair color choice. Like he likes raisins. So that makes perfect sense for his hair color. Nope, he doesn't really like being at home, being on the raisin farm. He says it's gonna take a week to get the smell out of his hair. And is he just oblivious to all the girls that are like hitting on him? I was pretty goddamn oblivious when Sylvia was all over me back when we first met, and I didn't have a clue. I was just out in space. Men are kind of stupid that way sometimes. So I don't know if that's the case with Boimler, but my God, man, the women on his farm. Nice little touch. I don't know if it was really needed, but he might just be oblivious. I don't know. Turd Ferguson, did you see that Steve Wallace's wife died very sad? Yes, I did. I already talked about that. Captain Jellicoe was in the news scroll too. Oh, I'll have to We'll have to cover the news scroll thing when we do the live review tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. Darth Maul, I'm not sure I want to take any sausage. Mark says it was Jake's sweater. Okay. Matt Boardman, loved Rutherford in the sweater, very Jake Sisko. Mark Lawrence, $10. Hasn't been a super chat in a while, so here you go. Well, thank you very much, Mark Lawrence. And yes, super chats do help, guys. If you can super chat, please do so. Would really appreciate that. 64 people watching, 37 likes. Come on now, guys. It's simple. You have a simple job to do. Come in and watch, be entertained, maybe be bored, maybe get mad, maybe get angry, maybe have fun. I don't know. Just come and watch and hit that like button. Even if you don't like me, hit the like button anyway. And if you hit the dislike button, doesn't really matter because it's all an engagement with the channel and it's an analytic that helps the video and the channel. So hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Hopefully I'm entertaining you enough. Jonah says, I can totally see the guy that went on the joyride coming back in something unexpected much later in the season, seeking greater and greater thrills. Can you imagine if he shows up in an old museum ship? Yes, that's kind of the vibe that I got as well. Knowing Mike McMahon and crew, yes, that's going to happen. It's like in the Orville with the egg salad sandwich. Are they going to forget about it? No, they didn't forget about it. Spoilers. I don't know if you've... Sorry, didn't mean to spoil anything for you guys. Matt Borman, oh my God, how could he be so blind to all those women? I was blind. Sylvia was all over me when we first met. And every time I introduced her to my friends, I'm like, we're not dating. She's just a friend. But she was totally like pursuing me 100%. And I was oblivious. I just got out of another relationship and I wasn't looking for that. And I just thought we were really good friends. Well, anyway, that's a whole other live stream talking about that relationship. But yeah, sometimes guys are just oblivious to that kind of thing when it's right in their face. And it's funny because women notice it and they'll like poke the like she was flirting with you, and he's like, no, we know she wasn't. So BJ says, I liked when you pause the animation still cells of Ransom and Mariner. Fleetpaw, there was a beta canon novel that explains the Bozeman side of cause and effect. It's called Ships of the Line and follows Bateson and his crew during the Enterprise E shakedown cruise. Yes, 100%. Darth Maul, those women were very attractive too. Oh yes. For animated women, yes. Defiant, Mr. Raven Productions says, so I started and finished Transformers Super God Master Force today. Been extremely depressed today, but working through it. Going to buy Trek books hopefully soon. Well, sorry to hear that, Patrick. Depression's going around lately, it seems. Yeah, I've been feeling down, like I said, just because of not being able to make it to Vegas and seeing all the posts from Vegas, everybody having such a good time. It's like, ugh. And it's just started, too, because it's going to be all weekend. God damn it. A couple other people I've talked to in the last 2 days, actually, have said that they've been feeling down as well. I don't know what it is, something in the air. But hopefully everybody cheers up and has a good time. Turd Ferguson. It's not Captain Jellicoe. It was Admiral Jellicoe. Snoopy McQueen throws in $5 with a how's it going pair. That pair looks like it's flirting with me. I'm not oblivious to that. Come on now. Fleetpaw says, smack that like button like Tuvok. Smack that smuggler with a mind meld. Eric Martin said, I love the Ketracel white hot sauce, and Boimler having a meltdown from it. Now, Eric, are you Boimler or are you Mariner in that situation? Can you handle your hot sauce? Or does the hot sauce mess with your stomach's aspect ratio and makes you kind of feel sick? See what I did there? Zachamus says, man, I really hate being around talking about one of my favorite things. Okay. Eric Martin, Boimler is as good at flirting as I am. Mr. Raven Production says, Boimler might have autism. Not being able to pick up on social cues is a sign of it. George Mangrum, Jellicoe removed the choo-choo dance Zebulon sisters from active duty. Okay, that's funny. Ozzy says, I was talking about Mariner having more family members than Starfleet has Admiral. Oh, the other Admiral? That Uncle so-and-so could just be a good friend of the family, not necessarily her family member. A lot of people call people uncle or whatever when they're just close family or friends with the parents or whatever. So, yeah, I see what you're saying now. Joseph says, if memory serves me, Captain Bateson took command of the Enterprise E in the novel Ships of the Line. So great to see him back. Yes, he did. Matt Borman, yeah, I'm oblivious to that stuff too. General Grievous, Tuvok forcibly retrieving the information via mind meld is a shout out to the undiscovered country where Spock did it with the Vulcan. Was it Valeris? It was Valeris, yes. Fleet Paw said, Boimler has my luck with dating. He can't pick up on a hint. Project Achieva. My ex was like that too, throwing herself at me, and I didn't even fully notice till way later. Yes. Yes. Didn't see you earlier. Didn't see your earlier comment. Okay. Lower Decks is awesome. Devo77X, didn't catch that. It was Batesman who helped prove Captain Freeman's innocence. Yes, was. Generation Productions. Hey, Trekyards, Captain on the Bridge. Hey, Captain Foley. Hello, Generation Productions. Welcome. Good to see you. Love the music in the episode tonight. Yes, aspect shaming is a serious crime. Well then, write me up, throw me in cuffs, throw me in shackles, put me in a cell. I will aspect ratio till... Set your fucking aspect right. To everyone out there. Not just you, Eric. I think you've corrected. You've gone on the road to recovery. But correct aspect ratio is important. Preston M. There was a Star Trek comic way back that had the Bozeman coming back to Earth and Bateson meeting up with Scotty to help him feel less out of time. It was pretty good. Yeah, there's some really good novels out there, I gotta say. Jasper Jedi, I'd like to think I'm oblivious, but I think it just doesn't happen. Yeah, it probably happens, you don't realize it. Mark, I think the uncle was just a close friend. I agree. Jonah says, I wonder about the mind meld. I thought it was established at some point in TNG that psionic empathic thoughts were not admissible in an official inquiry. Am I misremembering? Probably not misremembering. I just can't think of specifics right now. Oh, Patrick, thanks. Says, I call Stuart Big Brother and I never met the guy. Well, we've talked enough. And yeah, we're not family. Cisco's was a great touch, yes. Jaws says, Captain Morgan Bateson was a deep cut. Hey, Cap, just joined. So what are your thoughts? What are your overall thoughts on this episode? I love that they managed to get James Cromwell to reprise stuff from Cochrane. I kind of already talked about it. I really enjoyed the episode, but it felt way too short. It felt like they were just building up to something and then it just ended. And yes, I love that the trial got resolved behind the scenes almost and wasn't the most important thing. I also loved the whole, her dad saying, trust the system. We got a good system here. To me, this brought back the optimism that is Star Trek. Starfleet will do the right thing. Starfleet will defend its own. Lately, we've had a lot of dark Trek, going back to Discovery even, with Burnham's trial, and there's these 4 figures sat there all in backlit with their faces darkened, and you can't see them, and it's all like, ooh, you're a bad person. It's like, no, that's not what Starfleet's about. Starfleet would go above and beyond to prove that their captains didn't do anything wrong. So to me, it's kind of reestablishing the whole, bringing back the optimism to Star Trek, which is something that Mike McMahon and his team are good at and want to do. They love Star Trek, and I really appreciated that. That yes, trust the system. She's innocent. Sure, she got blamed for it, but she's innocent. We'll find the truth. And Mariner couldn't deal with that. I love that Mariner broke down at one point and said they put her in handcuffs and I couldn't do anything about it. That was a nice little reference as well, showing her vulnerability. So I like that. Yeah. General Grievous, same here. I'm oblivious. Everyone else is from the family to friends say I'm thick-skulled because I miss not-so-subtle hints. ENG09 says, hello, Captain Foley, my fellow Marine. Hello, ENG. Or should I call you Richard? Yeah, we've been playing Alien Fire Team lately, and that game is really good. It's fun. We were leveling up pretty good, so good to see you. Debo77X, they proved Freeman's innocence in the first episode. What am I going to do with all these hashtag free Freeman shirts? Keep them. Or no, sell them. They will sell. I will buy a hashtag free Freeman shirt. Hell yeah. Some people might not get the reference, but those in the know will get the reference. Mr. Captain 93, was there any famous historical transporters in the transporter scene? Well, all I can say to that is there's a Trekyards episode coming out about it. We got a lot of great content from this episode for Trekyards episodes. So you'll be getting like daily little breakdown videos talking about that stuff because, and they're like bite-sized, they're like 10-minute videos just talking about specific things in this episode and how they were shown on screen and comparing them to the what they're based on. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell icon so you don't miss anything. And yes, please just enjoy the content. I love Lower Decks because it gives us so much content to talk about. Fleet Pass says, you're going to go to a Klingon prison for aspect ratio shaming, Stuart, and I'll be right there with you because aspect ratio is annoying if it's off. Yes. Especially when I go into older people's houses, like people my parents' age, and their aspect ratio is off. And it's just like, you just want to grab their remote and like fix it. And sometimes you do, and they're like, I don't like that. That looks all weird now. It's like, oh. But you're seeing the full image and nothing's cut off. You watch a commercial with writing and the words are all cut off in the bottom, and does that not bother you? I try to fix it whenever I can. I try to be the aspect ratio police. So Jasper Jedi, Bateson was also in a DTI novel where his crew and him worked on temporal investigations. Nice. Mark says, I think the psionic memories not being admissible was from Babylon 5. That makes sense. Andrew Bryanis, I agree 100%. The episode felt like it was missing something. Yes, it totally did. I've never seen Babylon 5, so I don't know how I could have gotten it from that. You might be thinking of the episode Drumhead, where the guy on trial was like half Romulan, and I think it might have been discussed if mind meld would help get to the truth or so. I don't know. There's so much Star Trek, it could have been anything, honestly. But Harry Sure puts in $5. To quote Ambassador Mallory, slit my wrists, we erred. Eric Martin, I also appreciate the lack of courtroom drama, but seeing Philippa would have been fun. Burnham deserved a court-martial. Yes. Andrew says, but also, I found it interesting, the parallels of Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks ending a season with an officer being arrested. Dun, dun, dun. Never thought about that before, but you're absolutely right. Eric Martin, just like in Star Trek 3, after all it accomplished, they didn't want to refit Enterprise, and they were leaving Cerritos updated or unplated in dock. Seems unfair. Joseph, also love to see some Starfleet security guards that aren't dicks all the time. Dicks this time. Yes, those guys were great. Are we under arrest? For what? Helping these innocent creatures? Hell no. Just give me the name of your commanding officer and we'll be on our way. Yes, that's, again, speaking to the optimism that is Starfleet. Just look for the good in things. Try to be optimistic. Optimism, Captain. The big Phlox grin. Try to look on the upside of things. I say this all the time, going into New Trek and all the naysayers and the haters. Oh, it's New Trek. Da, 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 da. Go in optimistic. Look forward to it. Look for the good in it. Also, don't ignore the bad. And talk about both. Create in a constructive criticism kind of way. Generation Productions. So, Captain Foley and chat, do you guys recommend Star Trek Lower Decks to watch? Also, I hear that Star Trek Picard and Disco is still controversial, but Star Trek Lower Decks and Star Trek Strange New Worlds better. Just asking. Yes, they're all worth watching, even Picard and Disco for different reasons. But yes, the two best are Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds. If you love Star Trek, you will love Lower Decks. If you love all the little references and things, Lower Decks is for you 100%. Strange New Worlds, I would not ignore. I would definitely watch it. Get your own vibe for it, whether you want to continue watching it or whether you like it. Don't take anybody's word for anything. Watch it yourself. Make up your own mind. So, Mr. Captain 93 says next week you should do a Lower Decks review by the campfire. I thought about doing that tonight, but it's supposed to rain tonight, and maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. JB said, I wonder how many more seasons of Lower Decks are going to all be the final season according to Fandom Menace dipshits. Didn't you hear? Discovery got canceled after season 1. You're all living in a goddamn dream state. You all have your holodeck turned on and you've just been enjoying or tolerating or existing through the last 3 seasons of a show that was canceled after the first season. The Fandom Menace, D-U-M-B, Fandom Menace, they had it right the whole time, man. It was canceled after season 1. Yeah. Dipshits. Eric Martin, all aspect shamers should go to Ruhr Pente without a Viridian patch. I agree. Devo77X. Don't wreck my blanket. That's the gag with Lower Decks. All this big stuff is happening in the background while the ensigns are mostly out of the loop. Yes, as most of the crew would be. Most of the crew would be out of the loop with half the shit that goes on in a Star Trek episode. So I love that. Fleetpaw throws in $5. My parents watch it on stretch, and it is annoying as fuck because you miss a lot of what's going on in the side grounds. And if it's a wide-ish shot, yes. Joseph says, oh crap, totally forgot about this. Gotta get this first reaction. Gotta get this first reactions back into my routine. Yes, every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, first reaction when there's new Trek on. David G. Sound. Kirk and McCoy were legally arrested in Star Trek 6. Trek or not, this was cool. The DS9 references had me glued. Which DS9 references? Eric Martin, fun drinking game would be to watch Lower Decks and have a drink at every Easter egg. I'd be under the table in 15 minutes. Yes, because considering one shot might have 30 Easter eggs in the background, like when they're in the store on the promenade of that one space station once last season. Fuck ton of references. Yes. Are they under arrest for playing Cerritos Bingo? No, but Cerritos Bingo needs to be a thing. Hopefully they do bring that in. Zachamus says, I think Lower Decks did the officer in trouble cliffhanger so much better. I was invested in the Freeman thing. Find it hard to care much about Una. Yeah, I don't give a flying fuck about Una. I'm not a Rebecca Romaine fan, first of all. Rebecca Romaine Lettuce. Not a fan of her in general. And she was really underused in Strange New Worlds. Not to my chagrin. Like I said, I don't like her. Would I have liked to see more of the character? Sure, if it was done well. But she was really sidelined for all that season. So yeah, I don't give a shit about her. I don't care if Pike goes after her at all. So, Jaws says, looking forward to Ransom and Mariner getting more interaction. They had a good dynamic. Yeah. From now on, I'll be your mummy. With the evil eyebrows. Eric the Bat, Strange New Worlds got a Star Trek hater in Trek because she liked the Orville. Okay, don't know what that means. JB, I love the line from Ransom. I'm your mama. Yeah. Eric the Bat, she likes the Lower Decks now. That's good. Jonas says, speaking of, I've been trying to get friends to give Lower Decks a chance. They can't get past Mariner being, as they say, framed as right, and her making fun of Boimler makes fun of old Trek. Yeah, but she very quickly changes. First couple episodes, she's kind of a prickly pear, but her character definitely mellows out. So if anybody can't get past the first couple episodes and fucking see character development, I don't know what to say, man. They have no goddamn right watching anything, because you got to give a show a chance, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Mariner in the first episode either. Go back and watch our reviews. Very quickly that changed, because very quickly she changed, because they know not to focus on one character and drive that character home, because they learned their lesson, hopefully, with Discovery and a certain other character. So we'll just go there. Defiant says, "Dear God, Stretch Brothers. Stretch bothers me." Jonah says, "But this episode exemplifies that the show does not always put her in the right for it. She's almost never in the right. That's the point, and it's very quickly focused on that she's not, doesn't always know what the fuck she's doing. Yes, she's skilled, she's a good fighter, whatever. She always makes mistakes. So I'm so frustrated hearing that people don't want to watch it for whatever reason. They just don't even give it a chance. You're just like, well, shut up then. You have no right to talk about the show if you don't watch it." Cisco's the hot sauce, so funny. Yes, General Grievous, I love that the resolution wasn't what you would expect to the episode. Yeah, exactly. Fleet Paw, the runabout. Yes, it's a very different runabout. It looks the same at first glance. Wait till we do a side-by-side comparison. It's quite different. It's either a different class of runabout, or it's a 20 years, more advanced runabout. Like a just upgraded runabout. We have a video coming out about that. Eric says they should have had a reference on the Phoenix to be sure and visit the gift shop, buy some of the good stuff, Deanna. Ooh, yes, that would have been good. I love the reference to the jukebox that only plays one song, and that's where the Vulcan ship landed, and there's the T-Plan of Hoth, but with like swing sets and a slide. Fucking great. It's great. Jaws. Also hope we see more of Transporter Chief Denny and his butterscotch candies. Yes. No, Ozzy, I am not. Devo says, when it comes to hot sauce and other spicy stuff, I'm a Boimler. I'm not. I'm a Mariner. Dump that shit on. Fleetpaw, now Mariner is one of your favorite characters after Tendi. You've been paying attention, yes. Tendi's kind of fallen a little bit down in the ranks. I like Tendi for different reasons, but her character's never really been focused on too much. They need to do an episode more based on her. I still really like Tendi, but yeah, I do like Mariner quite a bit, because she's undergone quite a bit of character development. So has Boimler. Boimler has impressed me time after time, and his character has really come a long way. So David G. Sound, yours is superior. I shall avenge you. JB, Boimler's personal log sounded like mine would be. Mark said, was the Akira class the new Bozeman? Could have been. There was no registry nor name on it, so. Fleetpaw says, it is now. I don't think it was ever established, Mark. JB, I wish I could just fart. Yeah. Joseph Barbato, did Denny just never want to give up his Voyager-style uniform? Maybe. When they were saying, oh, it's an old, security guy in there, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if it was Scotty taking care of all the transporters? That would have been nice, but he's not a security guy. I was hoping it would be somebody that we knew. I don't know if this character's ever been introduced before. If it is, it's a very, very deep cut, and I didn't get it. But yeah, I like the old guy. Zachamus says, if you were doing the drinking game with references, you'd be blacked out on just the First Contact theme park alone. Yeah. Jaws, I never really cared for the design of the Peregrine fighters, but they made them look pretty sexy in this episode. Maybe the angle? Very imposing. Yes, I've always hated the Peregrine fighters. It was nice seeing them, though, as security vessels. I like that. They looked a little bit different It could have been the angle. You're absolutely right. And we'll probably have a video coming out about it. So Jonah says, my parents actually turned to me during the episode after Mariner said, it's got a bit of a kick, and said, yep, that's you, which honestly I cannot disagree with. I wanted to try that hot sauce. They actually have that hot sauce. Mike McMahon posted on his Twitter, there's a Lower Decks Season 3 gift box that has like a raisin cookie from Boimler's Farm, a Lower Decks bucket hat, a bottle of Ketracel white hot sauce, and one or two other things in it as like a promotional thing. Would have loved to have gotten one, but we didn't. But I've seen quite a few of the people posting on Twitter about that. So yeah, I want to get a bottle of that hot sauce myself. George says, Picard was a horse's arse at first in TNG, but he changed. You have to watch the show and not check out after 30 minutes of TV. Yes, or even 3 episodes. But I say give every show at least 3 episodes worth of watch. Watch 3 episodes. Watch the first 3 episodes. If then you're deciding you should maybe tune out, maybe it's time to tune out. But don't base it on 1 episode. Don't base it on 3 minutes. Don't base it on anything less than 3 episodes, because they need time to do their thing. Terry West, I would not be opposed to that Akira being the new Bozeman. I would not either. Matt C., I don't blame friends who were turned off by the humor, as many of my Star Trek loving peers felt it to be immature. It isn't exactly the moral guiding star. I still watch, but have to skip many episodes. Again, don't skip a fucking episode. Don't skip a scene. I hate people that do that. Not that I hate you, but I can't do that. I have to watch everything. I hear people saying, I watch this movie, but I always skip these scenes with this actor. It's like, why? Just watch it. It's the humor. Oh my god. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Fine. Humor's not for everybody. Let's just move on. Mark says, I was expecting Scotty too, but was pleased. General Grievous, I assume the uniform Bateson wore was a callback to Chain of Command 2-parter like Picard, Crusher, and Worf wore. Does this mean Bateson was a Starfleet intelligence now? Yes, it was a reference to that uniform, and yes, it seems like he's in Starfleet security or Starfleet intelligence. Eric Martin, I love how Boimler's orchard was made to look like Picard scenes, and then it turns out to be raisins. Yes. Ozzy says, first I thought it's Chief O'Brien. He was a transporter chief on Enterprise D. Yes, he was. But he's teaching at the academy right now, so there's no way he'd be working there and be an old Starfleet officer, because he wouldn't be old at this point. Grant McGregor, $5. Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. This episode is one for a Lower Decks fan, not really one for a Star Trek fan on the fence still. I find episode 2, season 2, still the one to show. Fat Scout Gaming and Voice Acting. Ooh, hey Trekyards, how is your evening going? It's going well. Welcome. First time I've seen you comment, so welcome. Generations Productions. Yeah, cool. Mark says, my brother is not a Trek fan, but would like the Ketracel white hot sauce. He's like Mariner, well, I'm like Boimler. Grant McGregor throws in $5. Thank you so much, Grant. I have to nitpick. Why steal an amusement park ride where are hundreds of Picard taxis from Discovery area floating around? It's more fun for the references. Plus, nobody would have security at the ride, because who the hell's going to steal a Phoenix? I don't know. Jonah says, I rushed to Google as you were saying they actually made some of that hot sauce, and paused sadly as you continued, in a promotional gift box. The market is there. Let us give you money, Paramount. Oh, they'll be available. Trust me. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them for sale on StarTrek.com soon. They will be at conventions. People will have this hot sauce. I'm sure it'll be a thing. Go look. You can at least see the bottle of it in the promotional boxes. But yeah. Terry West said, I really love seeing Captain Bateson and Tuvok. Uh, Thirst Contact Coffee. I like that. General Grievous, my question is the runabout the proper scale to the Phoenix replica? Well, no, it was more in the foreground. It was a perspective shot. The Phoenix was actually fairly large. It's a ICBM missile, essentially. Um, Runabouts are also large, but no, they weren't to scale with the way they had them set. It was a perspective thing. So, Joseph says, has anyone mentioned that the crystalline entity was added to the Romulan Pakled board Klingon battle in the opening titles? Can't wait to see who Mike adds next season. Yeah, I noticed that. I was going to mention that at the beginning of this. Completely slipped my mind. But yes, the crystalline entity. I think that's the only real change in the opening. Plus, I think more rocks hit the Cerritos before it tumbles at the beginning, too. But, yeah. No eating in the Phoenix. Yes. Let's rock and roll. Matt C. said, interesting, as I am in my 20s, but have issues sharing this series with children or grandparents for obvious reasons. Say the same for TNG or TOS. What? Terry West would totally steal a Phoenix, right? So would I. Matt C says, he deletes because he realizes his foolishness. He didn't delete the comment. That was deleted by one of the moderators. So don't assume things. Don't assume things. Fleet, even if you don't agree, let's just call. Okay. General Grievous, how did a jerk like Jericho get promoted to Admiral before Bateson? Jellicoe's a good officer. Steve Shives does a good video of not actually Trek actually is what it's called, but was Jellicoe a good captain? And yes, Jellicoe was actually a very good captain. So he absolutely deserves those promotions. Sometimes you gotta not be a nice person to get ahead in life. So, but he's a very good officer, and he's not that he's a bad person. It was just a different command style than Picard. So Jellicoe's a good officer. Oh, I know it wasn't to me, Matt. I knew who you were talking to, and because I see the deleted comments as well, but it was handled by a moderator. So Matt C, yeah, I know you weren't talking to me, but still, let's kind of keep it respectful here. Eric the Bat says, I think the reason they stole the Phoenix was because I think the entire Lower Decks crew eat like 50 milligrams of edibles a day. Matt Borman says, Earth is whack. Hashtag facts. David G. Sound, I'm DMing you a clip of what I'm sure is a Lower Decks Easter egg for the Matrix. Okay. I'll have to check it after the live stream, though. Where was the monster truck from the First Contact movie? There was no monster truck in the First Contact movie. Trek or not, never assume anything, people. Nice play on words, my friend. Eric Martin, I've worked for bosses I didn't like personally, but were very good at their job, and that is Jellicoe to me. I thought Riker was a total suck in that episode. Yeah, Riker was a fucking little whiny bitch in that episode. And bad on him because it wasn't a good look. Terry West says, yes, agree, Cap. Jellicoe is definitely a good officer. I'd like to see a Playmates action figure. Give us Jellicoe. Jellicoe doesn't like Riker. That's because Riker's a little insubordinate little bitch in that episode. So, Mark says, I always thought Jellicoe truly cared about the crew, but he knew just how serious things were. Yes. Fleet Pastor Jellicoe gets a shit ton of hate because he had a different command style and wanted to whip the Enterprise crew into the shape he thought they should be. He also put Troy in a standard uni, which made her look good. Yeah, it looked all right on her. I preferred like the more low cut, but that's just me. I've said too much. Ozzy says there's 2 monster trucks at the end of at end movie next the bar. There's no monster trucks in First Contact. None I've ever seen, anyway. General Grievous. See, my problem isn't that Jellicoe isn't a good officer. It's just I wouldn't want to serve under him. I have a feeling my chances of death would go up. No, they wouldn't. If anything, you'd be more safe with him. He runs a very tight ship. Everybody would be on point, doing exactly what they need to do when they wouldn't be lackadaisical and feeling too comfortable to be not paying attention to their console or something. You want to be on Jellicoe's crew because you will survive. You just don't want to be on his bad side and do something stupid. So, Jonah says Jellicoe wouldn't have been put in charge of the flagship, even temporarily, if he wasn't some of the best the fleet had to offer to begin with. Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Matt C., do you think Lower Decks will show Riker becoming more tame between his time on the Titan and in Picard, or will he remain hyperbolized due to being a cartoon? He'll be more tame. Cartoon and live action are different. You have to project differently and portray things differently. So, yeah, I have no issues with that. Eric Martin, 24th century with all kinds of computing power, and Riker couldn't figure out 4 shifts for Jellicoe. I could do that in a few minutes in Excel. Trek or not, Jellicoe resembles actual captains more so than Picard. Yeah. Eric Martin, I've also worked for nice guy bosses who were incompetent, and it was far worse. Yes. Terry West says, yes, a ship under Jellicoe's command would be run very tight. Trek or not, Cisco was actually quite similar. He took no shit. I love how Worf was afraid of Cisco. That just makes me laugh every time. Eric the Bat, everyone would be very well rested under Jellicoe and his 4 shifts of 6 hours. Terry West, I'm glad they gave him the promotion, but I think Starfleet needs more hard-ass captains like him. Well, there you go. I need to have a drink real quick. I have nothing alcoholic tonight. I was going to, and I thought, no, I'm just going to have my Dr. Pepper. But I've been talking a lot, so. So, guys, hit that like button. We have 64 people here with 57 likes. Try to get those like numbers up. Keep the super chats coming. I've been kind of light on super chats, but I understand. I hate asking for super chats, but it's kind of something that I have to do. So I do feel bad about it, but I try not to do it. And I do tend to read almost everybody's comment on these lives, so people don't feel the need to super chat, because I do read most of them. So they don't feel the need to super chat. But it is super important for the channel and for us. So if you can, please do. Would be much appreciated. Also consider joining the channel. There's a join button down there. Hit that. And don't forget to click the notification bell icon to all, so you don't miss any of the content. Like I said, we got about 14 breakdown videos out of this one episode. We love our ships here on Trekyards, and we love our tech. And trust me, this episode delivered in spades. So some good stuff coming, so you don't want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed and all that jazz. You guys know the routine. And enjoy the content, because we're glad Lower Decks is back. There's always stuff to talk about. Even if we don't release all those episodes, which we won't, because there's 14 at least. I think that's actually at most would be 14. We'll have one every day of the week, and put some in the buffer, transporter buffer, a buffer buff, for future when there's like an episode that's, you know, reference light or something. Then we can put those videos out. So David G. Sound. Face it, Riker was an insubordinate prick when Daddy got replaced. Yes, he was. He was a whiny little bitch. That's what I like to say. I don't like what you're doing. You're telling me what to do. Well, yeah, because you're a fucking commander, and I'm your captain, dipshit. Yeah, Riker was a bit of an asshole in that episode. Mark says the comparison of Jellicoe and Picard is kind of like Kirk and Pike in the finale. Eric the Bat. Then again, I am a Union man, like O'Brien. Eric Martin. Jellicoe reminded me of a Captain Lorca in terms of attitude. Yes, and I liked Captain Lorca. I loved his command style. Well, he was, as Samuel would say, well, he was obviously evil in Mirror Universe and he wasn't a good Starfleet captain. Bullshit. He was a good wartime captain. He was a captain that I would want to serve under because he's hardline. He wants to make sure everybody's doing their job precisely like they should be so that everything is running tip top. Yes, I thought Lorca was a fantastic captain, even the Mirror Universe Lorca. I still want to see a Prime Lorca, but I have a feeling that Prime Lorca was very similar, very strict command style, just because nobody really caught on that it wasn't the right Lorca. Yes, Lorca and Jellicoe are very similar. You don't become friends with your crew. You know, you don't become buddy-buddy with them. They're under your care. You're in charge of them. You're responsible for their lives. You need to have a certain amount of detachment. Picard also had that, but Picard would just fucking ignore people. Picard was one of those captains you couldn't speak to. Because he'd walk down the hallway with a bit of an attitude. He didn't care to meet anybody. When Selena Gomez like bumped him with hot coffee, he's just not a people person. Jellicoe could be. You could approach Jellicoe and say, I have a problem with the person on my shift, or I'm having a problem with the station I'm at, and Jellicoe would be on it. He'd be on to the department head and get it solved. Picard would too, but Picard seems a little bit... It's weird because they're both kind of unapproachable, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Hopefully you guys know what I'm trying to say. Picard made a point of not knowing anybody on his crew, really, besides his, department heads and his bridge crew, and he kind of shoved all that responsibility onto Riker, which, to be fair, is the commander's job. It is the first officer's job to be in charge of all that kind of stuff. Matt Boardman throws in $20. Thank you so much, Matt. Thanks for cheering me up earlier. No problem, my friend. Anytime. That's what friends are for. Anytime you're feeling down, please message me and we'll chat. We need to have like an actual discussion about what we talked about earlier because it needs to be brainstormed a bit. And But anyway, thank you for letting me know you got cheered up a bit. Terry West said, I'd actually like to see a show about Jellicoe. Maybe in his youth, it seems like he knew how to handle the Cardassians. Must have had a lot of experience during the Cardassian conflict. That's the implication, yes. Matt C., $5. Thank you so much, Matt. Thanks for putting up with annoyances like me. You're not an annoyance. Any hopes for a new Trek show in the next year? And if so, what might that look like? Well, there's lots of hope for a new show. They're still talking about a Section 31 show. I don't want to see it, honestly, but I will watch it if it comes out. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Probably not. They're also talking about that Starfleet Academy show, which will probably be in the 32nd century, with Tilly being the instructor or the teacher. So I guess your guess is as good as mine. Eric Martin, you don't seem to drink as much on lives. Do I need to drop a care package? No, I still got the wine you gave me last time. I got like 4 Rickard's Red tall can beers in the fridge. I have like 6 of the Mike's Hard liquor Blue Freezy that I had on our Trekyards. I've got a whole bottle of peach schnapps. I'm good. I don't need to drink on every live. The only reason I do drink is because it elicits more super chats and helps the channel, but I don't want to like kill my liver or anything, so it's not necessary on every live. But thank you for caring. Grant McGregor throws in $25, an amazing super chat. Thank you so much, Grant. Had to do a spit take with Bateson. He survived Wolf 359, so yeah, I think the odd note in the ending was wrapped up the Pakled planet. If it was open-ended, would have made it connect with other Pakled plot holes. Fun, yes. I love when they show the pan of the Pakled, the group of Packlids, that Rumdar is there. Rumdar is there with his Cerritos t-shirt and his Cerritos hat on. Go Rumdar. Devo77X says, of course, when I think of someone comparing Picard and Kirk, I always see like comparing a modern day cop to an old West lawman. Two totally different styles. Grant says my message might be too compact. I don't quite know what you meant by it, but yeah. Dave G. Sound says, Cohagen was a good captain. Free air. Terry West, some mirror counterparts are actually quite similar. Exactly. Yes. Trekyards, Picard is actually very privileged, and in my adult years, I see a lot of problems with how he carries himself. There is also an air of nepotism about him. Mentions his friends in Starfleet a lot, which kind of annoys me. Cisco feels more like someone who's earned it. Eric says, Garrick, you blew up your own ship. Packledge, you blew up your own planet. Oh, you blew up your own shop, sorry. Yes, Garrick blew up his own shop. Mark says, I think Jellicoe called more people by their first names than Picard. Yes, he did. Absolutely. Mark, I read that one, sorry. Trekyards, McKay, you blew up the solar system. Zachamus says, Jellicoe being a good captain, hearing talk about it. Sorry, Jellicoe being a good captain, hearing talk about it now like this, Pike almost seems like a complete 180. Yeah, he's like everybody's best friend, but that's a different command style, right? So, JB says, I always wondered why people call something. Yeah, we're not going to get into that. Jonathan, Jellicoe was a polar opposite of the Admiral, and Data was trying to learn small talk. So from Jellicoe was a polar opposite of the Admiral that Data was trying to learn small talk from. So Picard and Cisco would be somewhere in the middle of the spectrum. Eric the Bat, Kirk versus Picard is so done. Pike versus Jellicoe is the new hotness. Should be Jellicoe versus Lorca. Jellicoe is the captain you have temporarily for the inner systems. He is not there to make relationships, as it doesn't serve his purpose or his job. Picard is a natural progression for captains outside the Federation. I like that. Yes. Yeah, Jellicoe's the guy you go to get something done. There's a fucking target. Go take care of it. Picard's like, there's a whole bunch of open space. Go explore, do your archaeology thing, do your diplomatic stuff, go do your thing. Sure, Jellicoe will probably be good at that as well, but Jellicoe's hey, I see something, I'm going to focus on it till it's dead, or until it's the objective's complete. Yeah. Eric Martin, there is always something sexual in Lower Decks. This time it was the glowing space jelly orgy. Yes. Gestrel, 1980. Picard did care about the Bajoran ensign from Wesley's Academy crew and wanted to make sure she got a fair assignment. That's just because he liked her. He fancied her, as Samuel would say, as the English would say. He fancied her. He wasn't having a laugh. He fancied her. I don't know. I can't do a good British accent. But at least it's not Colonel Sanders Foley. Anyway. Sonic Fan 22. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you again. Welcome back. What's up, folks? He's pulling his best Bugs Bunny. Donnie Pearson. Threat eliminated. Robo Knight from Power... Oh, fuck. Stop with the Power Ranger shit. I don't care about Power Rangers. Eric the Bat. Pike was also the person you needed to get something done. Pike versus Jellicoe. Gotcha, Donnie. I see what you're... Yeah, spammer. Devo77X. I heard a rumor that they could be making a TV show taking place in the Kelvin timeline. Imagine that. TNG, but okay, that was an article from Giant Freaking Robot, which means it's absolute 98% bullshit. It's a clickbait fucking article. Do not believe that shit. No. If that ever comes about, we will report on it once we know 100% that it's going to happen. We will not report on that shit without, reasonable cause. We don't just report on everything like the fandom menace. This is fact. My inside sources say. Well, guess what? We actually have some inside sources, so shut the fuck up. But yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to a Kelvin Timeline. That'd be kind of neat. Kelvin Timeline show. I think that'd be kind of fun, actually. But, yeah, that article's complete bullshit. Jellicoe made Troy change uniforms, but still think that's funny years later. A certain decorum while on the bridge. I would have made her change uniforms too, but in the opposite direction. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't say those things. Eric Martin, did you demote the commander back to commander? Or just ignore the self-granted promotion? I just ignored it, and he basically retracted it himself. Trek or not, trust me, that is not a British accent. That is an English accent from the south. Well, there you go. JB, damn you, Cap. I finally had forgotten about Colonel Foley. Foley Horn Leghorn. It's kind of funny now. He does a really, really, really bad American accent, but when he was doing his Captain Foley, hello, and going with that shit, I actually kind of got a kick out of it. So, and I use, his puppet and be like, oi, oi, governor. It's kind of fun. Jonah says there is a reason Picard is captain of the flagship during the relative peacetime. His more grandiose style suits the sleek nature of the Galaxy class, a display of culture and depth for the Federation. Cultural depth, yeah. Many different accents in the UK. Well, there's many different accents here, even regionally in the city, for Christ's sakes. Plus, we're a very diversified city. It's very much a melting pot of, different nationalities and stuff. So, General Grievous says the captain wanted Troy in the ceremonial Beta Z wedding uniform. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Respect the Betazoids. Is it Beta Z or Betazoid? Respect their culture and, dress formal like you would for one of their weddings. Absolutely. Have some respect for other cultures. Eric Martin said, I always hear UK people think Scottish accent was bad, but I always bought it. Terry West, that's a change I could get behind. I could definitely get behind it as well. JB, oh no, on Foley's ship there wouldn't be a Captain Foley Day. I guess it would be Harassment Awareness Day. Eric the Bat, they should combine the Section 31 show with the Starfleet Chrono Police into one series so they can have episodes in every timeline. Yeah. David G. Sound, when I met Doohan as a little kid, I was devastated when he didn't have an accent. Beta Z planet, Betazoid person. Gotcha. Eric the Bat, they should have Archer as captain. Oh boy. Yes. Oh, Jesus. But back to the episode. I thought it was great. It did subvert my expectations quite a bit. I assumed they would focus more on the trial, and I think that's what they wanted everybody to think. And, stealing the Cerritos was going to be a big thing, and they were going to go find the truth and save the day. And stealing the Cerritos didn't get very far at all, and they almost got caught. And then Captain Freeman actually saves the day at the end by coming in and saying she ordered the mission. And I love how the security guys are like, all right, thank you, Captain. Good to have you back. Like, everybody's aware of what happened at the trial, but our four characters. But the references in this were fantastic. Like I said, we're going to have a lot of little breakdown videos talking about them. And so, yeah. So make sure you're subscribed and tuned in for all those, because there's going to be some fun ones. Got some really good comparison videos and good things to talk about. So I want to see you guys, commenting on those videos. And if you can leave a super thanks on those videos, because they're not live, I'd appreciate that. But speaking of live, we are live right now. And if you guys can super chat, I would appreciate some super chats. We're near an interestingly decent number right now. Another 10 would put us over a half decent number, but we're still a little bit light. So if anybody can super chat, feel free. I won't hold it against you. I might actually really appreciate it. But if you're not able to, that's fine as well. I just need to kind of say it, unfortunately. 66 people here with 67 likes. That's pretty great. But people join after the fact. Don't hit the like button. People tune out that were watching earlier. They hit it. So hit that like button if you haven't. Let's try to get up to 80 likes. It's only 13 more. I think we could do that. Terry West says, now how long will it take for the Cerritos to get new hull plating? It'll be hull plated up next episode, I guarantee. Playmates Cerritos toy with removable hull plating would be oh my god, yes. That's just asking to be made. We actually said that about Eagle Moss back in season 2 or season 1. Have a Cerritos with removable hull plating, but Playmates is the way to go. Playmates has the Enterprise D from Generations with the little exploding panels that pop off. So yeah, that would work perfectly. BJ Tehran throws in $2. Thank you so much. That is awesome. David G. Sound, when Riker was incapacitated by a chair, Freeman takes over the Titan. Not real spoilers. Eric Martin throws in $5. Thank you so much, Eric. My contribution to the Cerritos replating fund. There you go. Mark says, I have that Generations Enterprise. So do I. I've got like 4 Playmates Enterprise Ds. Most are just 3 of them are like the standard one, and then one is the Generations one with the pop-off exploding panels. So Jonah says, I like the subversion of expectations. It shows that no matter what we've seen in the trailer, we are still in for some fun surprises throughout. Plus, it means we have many more plot lines to explore. Yes. Grant McGregor throws in $20. Amazing super chat. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I want to pitch an idea to the writers. Gavin joins the crew and is so annoying they break the temporal timeline to stop him going to the ride. They get caught by Lieutenant Duquesne. Their excuse, have you seen Gavin? Yes, we need to see Duquesne back. They had the fucking actor for Picard and they fucked it. It still makes me mad. Fleetpaw throws in $10. Thank you so much, Fleetpaw. Because I've been away for a while. You've been away for friggin' ever. It's good to have you back, by the way. So thank you. But yeah, you've been gone for a while, man. I was worried about you. I was actually talking to Matt about that last week. That I was kind of worried that you hadn't been around. But thank you, Fleetpaw. He says, thoughts on where this season is going. Will the Cerritos be destroyed by season's end? Will any of the lower deckers get promoted? No and no. I don't know where the season's going to go. This is Lower Decks. You can't really predict that. And Cerritos being destroyed? No, probably not. Lower Deckers getting promoted. Probably promoted then demoted again. Hard to say. But I'd say no. Aeon says, hearing Goldsmith's theme, my emotions. Ouch, my emotions. Terry West, I would also love to see Lower Decks Playmate figures. Come on, Playmates. Yes. Lower Decks figures. Fucking Prodigy figures. Let's go. I think they are making Prodigy figures, Playmates. Yes, they are. But yeah, Lower Decks. Mark says, I kept popping off the sections and my brother always looked at me like, what the hell? General Giver says, I want a Cerritos refit. Wow, tough titty. Dave G Sound, $2. Replating fund. There you go. Hashtag replating fund. Who wants to throw in $2 to $3? I don't think you can actually do $3. Who wants to throw in $1 to $5 for a plating fund? Everybody go now. Each of your dollars will buy a new hull plate for the Cerritos for the next episode. But thank you very much, Dave G Sound. Jonathan, since this week abruptly ended, I predict next week to have a good, fulfilling end. Need to change it up. Yes. Kashink thought Cerritos was going to be destroyed. Well, you were wrong. Joseph Barbado. Oh, so Fleetpa has been gone as long as I have been. I saw him last time I was here, lol. He'd pop in occasionally, but yeah, he's been decidedly absent, and I hope everything's okay. Wayne Nerby. Picard and Pike are explorers. Jellicoe and Lorca are warriors. I don't know if warriors would be the name or the term I would use, but I see what you mean. I just don't know if warriors is the correct word, but yes. Jonathan, Lower Decks needs a 1 hour time slot. I will not disagree. Terry West. Fuck, I love it. Perfect response to Grievous. I'm sorry, General, but there will be no refit. But, sir, the Enterprise is, the Cerritos is 20 years old. We feel her day is over. Fleetpa, it's work. I've been having to go to bed earlier and be up. Well, what's more important? Your work or your work? This is your work too. I think I pay you better. I'm kidding. Eric Martin, I was hoping for some Star Trek 3 music when they were stealing the Cerritos. Me too. But again, they subverted our expectations by giving us that Lower Decks poster for this season, which season 3, Star Trek 3, I get it. And then stealing the Cerritos is the main thing. I thought there was going to be more Star Trek 3 stealing the Enterprise vibes when that was happening, but Mark, I think Jellicoe helped negotiate the Cardassian Treaty. He did. Grant McGregor, I want a Lower Decks video game once this series is over. Something new while looking back at all of the Lower Decks, which looks back at all of Star Trek. Love letter to a love letter. I like the way you think. General Grievous, by a refit, I mean giving her the hull plating back. It's like C-3PO in the Phantom Menace. She's naked. You'll be getting plating back, don't worry. That C-3PO being built by Anakin was the stupidest fucking thing in that movie. I had a screensaver. A Star Wars screensaver that had like the cantina. And it would like zoom in on a face and then expand the face and give you like a history of the person. C-3PO is like 300 fucking years old. And since he's a protocol droid, he keeps getting his memory erased. Most astromech droids get their memories erased. R2's the same kind of age, like 200-300 years old. But R2's just been lucky or clever enough to not have his memory erased, so he's one of the smarter astromech droids. So there was already like this, I wouldn't call it headcanon, it's kind of beta canon, I guess, of C-3PO that he's like very old. He just keeps getting his memory erased when he gets a new owner, blah, blah, blah. But no, Anakin built him from spare parts and stuff. It's like a build-your-own protocol droid set because all the protocol droids look the same. But I gotta get you your outer coverings and all. Fucking stupid. That annoyed me so much. There's no way that Anakin built 3PO. That's just dumb. That is beyond stupid. Like, would have made more sense for Luke to have built him, or like fucking Ben Kenobi or something. Don't get me started on that. FleetPod says, my work allows me to super chat. My work here is really what I'd love to do, but hey, if we were making more money and if people were like, if we had more subscribers, I'm sure once we hit like 200,000 subscribers and we're making a little bit more money, we might be able to actually pay some of our moderators and pay some editors and things as well. But right now we just can't. We're barely scraping by with what we get, which is why we always call out the super chats as well, because they are very important. So I would love to have you here full time, FleetPod. I really would. And you did such a great job on that Nichelle Nichols tribute video. You know, should have you doing some videos for us. Who knows? Trekyards, technically speaking, a droid can live forever with replacement parts. Or with parts replacement, yes. That being said, it seems like the Star Wars universe is very stagnant with its technology, because, like the Old Republic, not much has changed. Some ship designs have changed, but generally it's the same kind of shit. And yes, C-3PO had a silver leg in Star Wars A New Hope, and he had a red arm in The Force Awakens. Yeah, The Force Awakens. So yeah, replacement parts are definitely a thing for protocol droids. Plus, you see protocol droids everywhere in Star Wars, so yeah, you would think that their parts would be pretty plentiful. So, Trekyards says, and I'd assume their AI can be transferred as well. General Grievous says they actually addressed that in canon recently with a new comic where Anakin found C-3PO disassembled and repaired him, putting him back together, which is why he said he built him to address that. Okay, I like that then. Okay. Fine. Speaking of, it's not really a protocol droid, but I got one Jack. This guy. It says one Jack. I don't know. I thought this was either Forlom or Zuckuss. I think it's Forlom. It's like a bounty hunter droid. Had to pick this up the other day. One Jack. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, it's from Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's set years after the dramatic events of Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, where Kenobi faces the corruption of his friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker turns Sith Lord Darth Vader. So, this is not Forlom. But anyway, I still need to unpack him. Joseph, wait, when was Jellicoe promoted to Admiral? Sometime between when we saw him in, what was the name of that episode? It's a two-parter. Chain of Command. Yeah, sometime between Chain of Command and when Lower Decks takes place. So, Eric Martin, I was reading the text ribbon in Lower Decks as the news lady was talking, and it was all nonsense. I thought it would have Easter eggs. Well, there were some Easter eggs in it, apparently. Eric the Bat, I post when I am working, but I usually only work when nukes are getting refueled. I post when I am working, but I usually only work when nukes are getting refueled. It's kind of cryptic. Terry West, droid technology in Star Wars was pretty advanced. Look at how emotional they are. That's true. Eric Martin, gotta go. Good night, Johnny boy. Good night, John boy. Night, John boy. Yeah, the Waltons. I think you tricked me with that one, but yeah. Well, good night, Eric. See you later. Terry West, ooh, plastic crack for us action figure junkies. Thanks, Kat. Aeon, Jellicoe rules. Troy drools. Oh no, Troy was getting complacent. She was. Jonathan, Darth Vader sees the droid he built as a child and is completely oblivious to this. Because he didn't have his gold plating on. Come on now. Mark says he was made an admiral in the novels about the Excalibur. Nice. David G. Sound, I get the fish out of... And get that fish out of this ready room. Yes. Should be changing the captain's ready room until you know the captain's dead or not coming back. That always annoyed me. It's like he's taking over the ship. And don't hang your fucking child's artwork on the ready room wall. And why do you have a child so young when you're a goddamn elderly man? Could have been a grandkid, I guess. Sure, whatever. But yeah, don't fucking get the fish tank removed. That's like if I'm like, I gotta go on a 2-week trip. Can somebody take over and do these first reaction reviews? You can use my ready room, which is this room. And I come back and all this shit's gone, replaced with their shit. I would be pissed. I would be pissed. But it was for the story. It was like, ooh, they might not be coming back. He knows more than anyone else does. He knows they're not coming back. So that kind of vibe, but still. Zachamus says, I rarely remember the name of that episode. In my head, I recall it as the one with the 4 lights. Dave G. Sound, sorry. Here's your damn book, Picard. Mark says it was his son's artwork. Well, he's getting busy at an old age. I know it's the future, and that's fine. But no, I never hung my kids' artwork on the fridge or anything because it just made the fridge look ugly. I saved all their artwork. Like, I got folders full of their artwork, but I never really hung it up. They put it in their room, you know. Actually, that's not true. I did hang a picture that Christian, or Quiet, as you guys might know him, he made a picture of the Enterprise D from the top with crayon. It was really good, and it was actually hanging by my desk for a little while. But not like in camera view, because why would I want that? I wouldn't. It's not that I don't love my kids. I love my kids very much, but I don't want to hang their fucking crappy artwork on the wall. They're not Picasso. It's not like abstract art. I don't know. Does that make me an asshole? Probably. But I'm sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Yes, I said it was chain of command. Thank you very much, Mark. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Eric the Bat. By nukes, I mean nuclear power plants and their different units. Most of them have between 2 and 3, and they get reused about once a year. So you work at a nuclear power plant. Cool. Terry West. I remember watching that episode with my mom, who was a fan, and she was fearing that Picard was going to get killed off or replaced. I was too at the time. I was worried he wasn't coming back. Angelica was wanting to change his ready room and shit. Yeah, change the crew rotation for fucking 2-3 weeks until he gets back. Cool. Don't fucking take over his ready room and decorate it as you see fit and get rid of his fucking pet fish. What are you doing? That irked me. It still irks me to this day. That is fucking arrogance. That is, I don't know what that is, but that's bullshit. Until that ship is, yes, I was going to say, until the ship is assigned to you, it's still his ship, but it's not because you transferred command. I get it. Chain of command. Wow. Anyway, that annoyed the shit out of me. Jonathan, did you notice the picture of the transporter chief's daughter on the wall? I was thinking maybe it might be a reference to someone. I did see it, and yeah, I was thinking, who is that supposed to be? Is that somebody that you're supposed to know? Yeah, I thought that too. To be blunt, says Dave G. I don't know what you mean. What are you being blunt about? That final week, says LOL. I don't know what you're LOLing. I need to do 2 things here. Oh, one is drop that, apparently. One is have a drink. One is have some of this. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. And check this out. Got the Hallmark ornament Razor Crest Christmas ornament this year. It's really nice, and it's got the. If I play anymore, it's going to get me a copyright, so I'm not going to do that. But it plays like the whole song, the whole Mandalorian theme. Although my biggest complaint about this is the engines don't light up or anything. I wish it did. But the song, since I bought this on Saturday, I bought this last Saturday. Pushed the button, heard it in the store. Cool. Got it home, pushed the button, listened to the whole thing. This fucking theme has been stuck in my head since Saturday. I'm finding myself humming it today when I got on the computer this morning to film a Samuel. I'm like, when I'm setting up my Audacity and stuff to record, I'm like, da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's just stuck in my head. It's such a great tune, and I love the Razor Crest. I've been watching videos lately of the HasLabs Razor Crest. It is huge. I wish I would have got it. I got the HasLab Sky Striker from G.I. Joe. It has not been delivered yet. I don't think they're finished doing it, but it was funded. I'm going to get the new G.I. Joe Sky Striker, which is the F-14 from HasLabs. I wish I would have got the Razor Crest, but got this instead. So, wow, that went way off topic. I apologize. That's how these lives go. We're in the last hour, so it's usually stop talking about the episode at this point unless somebody has something specific they want to talk about. Put it in the chat or super chat. And actually, right now we're $40 away from our normal minimum. So if anybody can super chat now, it would be great. If you can't, I understand. It's cool. These are late night lives. They usually don't get as many super chats, or they get more depending if I'm drinking. If you guys are paying for shots, sometimes these ones do really well. So if you're able to throw in a 10 or a 5, a couple of those will add up really quick and hit the minimum, and that would be amazing. So if you're able to, please do. That being said, there we go. Terrence says, good for you. You've given up smoking. Keep going with it, man. You will succeed someday. You will quit smoking. I never smoked. I had my first cigar when I was 34, and I had them occasionally. There was a year there where I was smoking more of the smaller cigars, but I never smoked cigarettes ever. These I just enjoy the taste. Yes, they have tobacco, but I don't have an addictive personality. The cigars I just quit cold turkey. They were starting to affect my throat. I was coughing a lot. Tried one of these because my friend works as a manager at a vape shop, and as soon as I started these, the next day my cough was gone. So, but I really enjoy the flavor of these. So you don't need to know all that. But anyway, I was very opposed to smoking for a long time, and like I said, I didn't smoke anything until I was 34. So Eric the Bat, the important thing to remember about chain of command is there are 4 lights. General Grievous, I'm drinking a bit of Grand Marnier. Very nice, very fancy, very general-like of you. Terry West, nice ornament cap. I freaking love that ship. Terrence Childs, where did you get the Scar Striker from? I gotta get one. The Sky Striker, and it was from HasLabs. The Hasbro crowd-funded stuff. The campaign's over. I don't think you can get one now. We'll get one on the secondary market once they ship. But it's got new tooling. It's got all new decals. Comes with a bunch of different figures and stuff. HasLabs does some good stuff. So, wow, Flunky, what screensaver do you have going on in your screen background? I'd like to see about getting it. Well, it's a Flash animation one, so you can't get it anymore because Flash doesn't work. That being said, it's called System. No, it's not System 47. What is it? It's You're gonna make me deactivate it, aren't you? Way to go. You ruined it for everybody. It is called... This computer is really slow and sluggish. Come on. You can do it. It is called... hold on. Way to go. You ruined it for everybody. Hold on a second. I'll let you know. Of course, I got bad goddamn fingers. I gotta get a new laptop. This thing is so slow and bogged down. Personalize. It's not System 47. That's the T. That's the Nemesis one. It is. It's very slow. What's it called? Give it a minute here. Terrence Childs. There's a new G.I. Joe Sky Striker out there. I've got to get one. Terry West, my nephew got one of those HasLab Razor Crest. It's freaking badass, but you are correct. It's huge. Fleet Paw says we haven't gone off the rails yet, but the Razor Crest was the start of it. Buffalo Solar Nights Eclipse, not London Nights. That's funny. Terrence Childs, I don't have any money to give right now, but I do have 6 cold Bud Limes. Would you like them? Sure. All right, screensaver. It is called BD NCC 1701. Settings. Yeah, it's capital B, capital D, underscore NCC, all capitals, dash 1701 dash A, underscore V1, version 1, underscore 34. I'm going to change it to something else just because you darn ruined it for everybody. Fleet Paw says only 4 more likes to get to 80. Ooh, hit that like and get us over our goal. Yes. And we're at 80 now. Dave G Sound, I bet you get more super chats when we are chatting. In chat or drinking. Sometimes. Terry West, Cap, can you tell us what the HasLab Sky Striker had? It came with Ace, the pilot. It came with another guy, forget his name, but he's wearing more traditional flight suit than Ace was. It comes with a little tow thing that towed the jet around on the deck of the carrier. It comes with 2 crewmen, one in red, one in yellow. It was a while ago. It came with a bunch of different stickers. You could make it like the Sky Striker. You could make it like an actual US F-14. They even included a set of Cobra stickers. You could make it a Cobra version of the Sky Striker. Comes with a bunch of extra missiles and a display stand that displays all the missiles. And all the missiles have like a fire element. You can click in the back so it looks like they're launched. And you can actually have them all stacked on the stand so it looks like it's just launched a bunch of missiles with the flames coming out the back. Comes with flames for the back of the afterburners. And it's not the old style where in delta configuration with the wings swept back, it was landing gear up. And then when you put it in combat formation, where the wings go out, that's when the landing gear came down. Now you can have the wings in either configuration, and the landing gear is actually a separate mechanism. So you can have it, you know, with the wings out, but not have the landing gear down. There's some other things as well. I can't remember all the stretch goals for it, but there was a bunch of bonus figures and stuff. So it's a private playlist. He's an L-Cars junkie. I am an L-Cars junkie, but that was an actual screensaver, which I actually screen recorded to put in a video, but it was a Flash animation screensaver, so Flash doesn't work on most computers. For some reason, it's still working on my laptop, even though it's been updated, so I don't understand. But Joseph Meditz, has anyone seen the new memory wall video from Ote and CGI Spock from TMP, done by Donnie Versega? Yes, saw that earlier today. It's fantastic. Dave G said on Fleetpaw, you can then say, there are 4 likes. Trekyards started to put my collectible bins into a black backed display case today and wall mount. I'll need to get some of those Trekyards pins. Yes, sir. Okay, Donnie, please stop saying hello to everybody. Stop having conversations like, hello, how are you? I'm well, in the chat, because it just clutters things up. Terrence Childs, here's a question for you, Lord. Have you seen the new Top Gun or the new Batman movie? I really got to see those. I've seen both of them, yes, and they're both great. Fleetpaw, I need a new work laptop as well. Mine gets the spinning circle of death and locks up for anywhere from 10 to 45 minutes and can't do anything. Yeah, I need to scrub this hard drive, I think. Matt Boardman, anyone got a chance to see the thing OT put out today for the Rod Barrett card? We just talked about that, Matt, yes? Okay, again, I'll say it one more time. Donnie, please stop saying hello to everybody and saluting everybody and welcoming everybody and saying that your day is fine and all that. It doesn't need to be done. You don't have to welcome everybody. Thank you. I'd really appreciate it. Fleetpaw, unfortunately my company won't replace it until it explodes or it can't run any Windows updates anymore. Well, the best way to ensure it doesn't run any Windows updates anymore is to go, oh my God, it has fallen and it can't get up. Oh no. It accidentally broke it. Terry West, based on your description, Cap, that Sky Striker will be mine. Well, the campaign for it ended like last year. Still hasn't been delivered. They just recently did an update where they're including more stuff with it. Probably we're sorry it's taking so long. I'm sure there will be some available in the secondary market, but it was like $300 or something. It was a ridiculous price. Or it was $269 or $270 or something. I don't know. It was something like that. Like $300 is a good rough estimate. But yeah, hopefully you can find one. General Grievous, you are mistaken. There are 5 likes. Shocks with Stunner. Fleetpaw's like suspenseful music plays. Dun, dun, dun. Sonic Fan 22, favorite voice actor? I don't fucking know. Peter Cullen or Frank Welker. Frank Welker's pretty talented. Most of my childhood is Frank Welker, honestly. Or, yeah, Frank Welker. But Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime. Gary Chalk, the voice of Optimus Primal. I mean, hey. I don't really have a specific favorite voice actor. It just seems kind of weird. I mean, I could say Vic Mignogna. I'm a friend of Vic's. I like the guy. And he does a lot of voice acting, so there you go. Joseph Barbato says, I'm so pissed I missed out on my on the Tomy 350 scale Enterprise. I didn't. I'll be getting mine next summer. Yeah, so excited about that. Yeah, I couldn't let that one pass me up. I had to jump on that. Even though I'm Canadian, I don't ship to Canada, I found a way. Because I'm the captain, you see. Terry West. Kevin Conroy, Batman. Yeah, he's also great. And if I mention him, I have to mention Mark Hamill as the Joker. I prefer Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, but yeah. Are we off the rails yet, Fleet Paw? I need to know. I'm just going to take this out of the package. Do an unboxing for you guys. Do you deserve it? Yeah, I think you do. This was stupidly expensive, though. Got this at Walmart, and it was like, after tax, came to like $45, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But I'm a sucker for droids, and kind of had to get it, so. Those little guns. There's a little gun. Gun 1. And gun 2. Same gun. And there he is, complete with his little bandolier. And he's got his little slots for the pistols, little holsters. So we'll put this gun in here. There we go. Really love that, actually. That's kind of cool. He's Quick Draw McGraw. Jerk, 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 jerk. Gonna have to find a home for him in here with all my other droids and stuff, but yeah, I'm a sucker for droids. It's gotta be said. I really like astromech droids, but just all droids in general. I'm a huge fan of droid designs. This doesn't stand for shit. It's got ankle movement, but it's kind of tight. And the legs are... There we go. Now he's standing. That was fairly easy to fix. Let's start talking food and go off the rails real fast. Fleetpod, no, we don't do that anymore. Donnie says, the 1992 animated series of Batman introduced me to Kevin Conroy. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Terry West, yes, show the plastic goodness. Sorry, it's kind of hot in here, so I'm kind of waving the door like a fan. Anyway, General Grievous says, careful, Cat, before the unboxing police come for you. There are some people on YouTube who get their underpants in a twist if people unbox collectible items. They can suck my left nut. I don't buy things to look at them in a box. If I do, if it's a mint collectible, maybe I might leave it in a box. If I really want one in a box and I want one to play with, I'll buy 2 of something. Keep one in the box and open the other one. But generally, 90% of the stuff I buy, I open. I don't give a shit. It's for my enjoyment. Don't give a shit about resale value. They'll be sold after I'm dead. And my kids just don't deserve that much money. Kidding. Donnie says, I'm not quite ready to afford Tommy's Enterprise, to be honest. You should have scooped it up when you could, though, because you're going to see it on the secondary market for like double the price. He is packing. LOL, ready for action. Yes. Fleet Pass says, oh no, your auto destruct activated, but I see you canceled it in time. I tend to do that, yeah. I have it set to just freak me out every once in a while. Terry West, if you like Droid's Cap, have you seen the ones that are available from Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland? Yes, some of my friends, one of my friends from Michigan, who goes to Disney quite often, actually got me some Disney park exclusive ones, like 3 packs of the small droids. And those I wish I could have kept in the package, because one of them was a collectible set. But unfortunately, the box got damaged when my basement flooded. So now they're out of the box. So they've been freed. And I had a good excuse to free them. It's like, oh, they were damaged in a flood. I got to open them up. So. Fleet Pass said, only the left one? Why not both? I'm laughing my ass off. Just because. I leave the left one noticeably more dirty and skanky just for people to suck. People I don't like. Just saying. It's the one that hangs the lowest, so it gets in the mud. BJ says, I have done the same. Buy 2 so that if the one which is out of the box gets damaged or worn, I have a fallback. Joseph says, okay, if Tommy wants to crowdfund an Enterprise A, I will not mess out. If they do that, I'm going to hate them, because I won't have room to display all these big Enterprises, because the Tommy one's the exact same size as that, and I don't know where the Tommy one's going to go when I bring it home, or where that one's going to go. So keep it down. His name's been changed from Quiet to Keep It Down now. Fleet Pal, I hear Quiet. He's being loud. Go yell at him for a $10 super chat. LOL. Oh, well, I did that before I even read that. So you could hear him for real? Damn. Oh, by the way, we're $30 away now from a good super chat goal. $30. That's it. 30. BJ says, I've taken my Star Wars Black Series action figures to work to keep me company when working nights in laundry. To keep you company, eh? Matt Boardman. So, kid. Keep it down. Well, you didn't yell Quiet, so I guess I don't deserve the $10 super chat. That's fair. I don't have anything else to unbox, really. I mean, you guys might not have seen my Megatron head. Megatron head.
Decepticons, attack!
Right? Pretty funny. Matt Boardman throws in $10 with Quiet. Thank you, Matt.
The universe is mine!
Sorry, just... BJ says, I could not hear Keep It Down Quiet. Fleet Paw throws in $10. Well, you yelled at him, and I'm a man of my word. Keep It Down sounds like a better name than Quiet anyway. That's his official name. That's including his middle name and his title, I guess. I don't know. So now we're only $5 away from a good super chat goal. Got to understand, with different currencies, it kind of fudges the numbers because I'm seeing it in Canadian. So $5 away, $5 super chat from a good one. And we're at the 2 hour mark. So I'm going to be ending in a few minutes here. So Terry West said, "Oh my God, that's freaking awesome." Yes, Megatron. It's from, you can, it's a helmet, like the Mandalorian helmets and stuff. It's got a nice Decepticon symbol right there. And it's from a company called Modern Icons. Here's the box. Modern Icons. They have a Soundwave and a Megatron out right now. Apparently 2 years ago, they had a Optimus, which I need to find. I just found out about these 2 weeks ago and had to buy this. And I need to find the Optimus one now. But yeah. General Grievous, I would love to put that next to someone sleeping in bed and have it a way to activate it remotely so their eyes that light up facing them. Sonic Fan 22 Megatron. I am Megatron. Donnie Pearson. Sensei Johnny Lawrence couldn't have said quiet better himself. So hyped about season 5 of Cobra Kai. And yes, when is season 5 coming? Fleet Paw. And yes, I was able to hear him. Sounded like he was chatting on PS or Xbox. Not sure what system he has. He's on a computer. He's one of those computer snobs. PC gaming is superior. Yeah. It's easier to cheat on PC systems, and plus any kind of shooting game with a mouse is much easier, much more accurate. So you're cheating regardless. I prefer consoles. Just saying. All right, $5. $5 super chat for a last super chat would be awesome. And this has been fun. Yes, Terry West, Megatron. Wait, I still function? By the way, guys, I did a Transformers the movie script read with Michael Mercy and Jay Bartlett, two toy YouTubers, which has been uploaded to the Captain Foley personal channel, I believe. It's linked anyway. You can go to Jay Bartlett on YouTube and watch a script reading. I did many of the voices, and it was fun. And Matt and I. I don't want to say Matt and me because that sounds like Mac and me, and that's an awful movie. But Matt and I need to do a Top Gun script read. I think that'll be fun. Ding. Fleet Paw says, "Let the sniping war begin." Matt Boardman throws in $5 and says, "Here you go. Many thanks, my friend. Hopefully you liked the story idea I mentioned earlier. You seemed pretty excited for it. Hopefully you weren't just like humoring me, but that was years ago we developed that. There was a lot more detail to it, a lot more nuance. Like we actually thought about it and wrote down point form notes. I just don't know where mine went. So hopefully Sam still has them. Probably not. But yeah. Talking it out makes me remember some of the details. So yeah. Fleet Paw Swiftback throws in a $1 with a little shiny shiny gold star coin. So thank you so much, Fleet Paw. Matt Boardman said that would be fun for the script read and says, "I absolutely love it. No way, I really want to see it happen." Well, I'm sure Sam will want to be involved, but he doesn't have the time, and he wouldn't trust me with any of the details because, he's got to get his director's nose in it and be like, "That's not how I want things." Joseph Barbado, when are we bringing back Trekyards Fact Files? When people will watch them and make it worth our while to make them, because they're actually pretty labor intensive, those ones, because of the graphics. and they just didn't get the views. So Matt Berman said, I'm sure he'll not send something to me. He still hasn't sent those? You paid $50 goddamn for them. Matt Berman says, love you, Sam. I'm sure he's not watching. Will he watch? I don't fucking know. Fleetpaw said, I'd read it with you. Oh, first. Well, you can join us. Join me and Matt. Because there's a lot of characters, so. Joseph Barbato, you could be Charlie. If not Joseph Barbato, you can't be Charlie. Ignore that. Joseph Barbato, get out of here. Fleetpaw, you could be Charlie. But then, I don't want to be well, do I want to be Maverick? No, I don't want to really be Maverick. I'm more of an Iceman. I got the Iceman vibe and the attitude, so. Anyway. Joseph Barbato said, I think I was the only one that watched them all. All the fact files? They were good. I like the fact files. Those are fun to write. Matt Boardman, ha ha ha, Fleetpaw as Charlie. Well, sir. My app closed. It's not a good sign. Resume watching. Ooh, that's a nice. I love YouTube Premium. There's so many other options. Nice predator growl Foley. Actually, I can't do it. I can't right now. Can't do it right now. Sound like a cat purring. Can usually do a pretty good predator prowl. I can't, or growl. I can't do it right now though. Anyway, on that note, we hit a really great goal. Thanks to all you guys. We're at 81 likes, which is also good. If you're watching this after the fact, hit the like button anyway. Send a super thanks to help bolster the support for the channel. And thank you to everybody that watched and everybody that commented and everybody that just was part of this. You're awesome. And anyone that super chatted, special thanks to you guys. Anybody that super thanks after the fact, special super thanks to you guys, because those are awesome as well. So anyway, guys, I think I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the full review and breakdown of this one. Plus, we have a spoiler full edited review in the afternoon tomorrow. So check that out as well. Where both me and Sam talk about this. But for the complete breakdown, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, we're back to our regular schedule with new Trek. So check us out, and we'll see you guys in the future. Until then, I am Captain Foley, and I am out. If anybody can name what YouTuber does that, and I am out. Then we're a kindred spirit, because I really love this YouTuber. I'll give you guys like a second to answer. I don't think any of you will get it. And I am out. He also says, hit that like button, and this is your second reminder to hit the like button. He always gives a second reminder to hit the like button. Any guesses? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody's commenting. Nobody knows who it is. Everybody's dropped out. No, we still have 46 people here. Nobody? All right. You guys suck. Mr. GG on YouTube. Awesome YouTuber. Highly recommend him. Check him out. So until next time, I'm Captain Foley. Take care, everybody.